Hello and a warm namaste to all the Gyanodaya family from myself, Councillor Nina Gurung, from here at Medway Council in the United Kingdom. I'm currently the Chair of Councillor Conduct Committee as well as the Cabinet Member with portfolio for Heritage, Culture and Leisure. I was also elected the Mayor of Medway in May 2023, and after having successfully completed my tenure, have just handed it over to my successor. I'm very, very proud to declare that I'm also a graduate of Gyanodaya Bal Batika Secondary School, and I started in Gyanodaya as a 5-year-old and left Gyanodaya as a 16-year-old and as the girls' school captain. Gyanodaya has played a huge and an important part in my life's journey, as well as in shaping the person that I have become today. This is because Gyanodaya is where I spent most of my formative years, learning from the environment around me, surrounded by caring individuals, as well as receiving guidance, support when I needed it, and also learning about the value of hard work, dedication, discipline, and never giving up. I know that in Nepal a lot of importance is given to academic achievements, but I truly believe that had it not been for the extracurricular activities that Gyanodaya Bal Batika promoted to all its students, I wouldn't be where I am today, because it is through developing myself holistically, through engaging in lots of extracurricular activities of my choice, I started learning more about what my interests were, as well as where my talents lied. It is also how I learned that you don't necessarily have to be perfect in everything. As long as you really enjoy and are passionate about something, you can still do really, really well and make a name for yourself out there. Gyanodaya was a trailblazer in a lot of respects, and I believe particularly so in terms of promoting children's imagination as well as their potential. Gyanodaya provided us with a lot of opportunities to experience what is outside and beyond the realms of just physical textbook. So I remember vividly as a boarding student without much exposure to the outside world, apart from what we did and experienced during our school holidays or during attending events outside of school. I used to literally not miss any opportunity to go to the school library that was inside the school premises and just soak up all the English classics. You name it, I've read it all. And I absolutely enjoyed it because it really opened my eyes to the outside world as well as to history and what was out there. It really sparked up my imagination big time. And blimey, who would have known years down the line? Now I live in a place called Brompton, which is quite close to Chatham in Rochester. And this is where Charles Dickens, the great Victorian novelist, lived from his childhood to his adulthood. And these are the areas where his own novels were inspired from. And did you know, last year I, as the Mayor of Medway, led what you call the Historic Dickens Festival in the historic town of Rochester, where thousands upon thousands of people were lined across the streets to welcome the Mayor and also to celebrate the Dickens Festival. The other thing that I did whilst in Gyanodaya was being part of the Scouts, and that enabled us to go out in the community, do lots of voluntary service, which actually, looking back, gave me a lot of satisfaction. And years down the line, who knew I would one day be serving here in the United Kingdom, very proud and happy to be doing exactly the same. And the other thing that I did do whilst in Gyanodaya in extracurricular activities wise was, although I was not a great sportsman, I took part in a lot of sporting activities because I do believe in being part of the team and also having a spirit of sportsmanship. So I really enjoyed that as well. And The other thing that I did was represent our school at the National Spelling Contest, which was pretty tough because we had to do all the practice and preparation alongside our academic studies. But once again, I really enjoyed the experience. Being part of Gyanodaya family meant that I was able to learn how to play the violin from a national level expert and an artist who was also a very, very inspiring, patient and kind teacher. So thank you to late Norbu Chering sir for sparking that interest in classical music in me. And years down the line, I live in a place where there is orchestra, where there's lots of music, and myself, as being part of the cabinet member for culture as well, I get to go to lots of amazing musical events. So once again, thank you, Gyanodaya, for sparking that interest in me. Lastly, but not least, whilst in Gyanodaya, we used to take part in lots of internal competitions, be it spelling, be it elocution, poetry competition, story writing, etc. I used to really enjoy writing for the school journal, and I remember some of my stories used to be quite popular, and I remember being complimented by our amazing late teacher Raymond sir after he read one of my stories for the school journal. So that's enough about myself. I have heard that this special year is the Golden Jubilee of a very, very special school called Gyanodaya Bal Batika. I believe it has now gone up to become a college as well, which is absolutely fabulous. But to commemorate this special milestone birthday, I would like to congratulate, first of all, our founding principal, Madam Indira Yaktumba, as well as all the wonderful teachers who have been part of Gyanodaya's journey. And I would also like to congratulate and offer my very, very best wishes to the students past and present who make Gyanodaya what it is today. Once again, my huge respect and thanks to Principal Ma'am, as well as heads of department, teachers, and all the amazing staff members who make sure that every student that comes to study in Gyanodaya Bal Batika is valued, accepted, nurtured, encouraged, and supported to become the best that they can be. Finally, my message to all the Gyanodayans, as well as everyone who's watching this video clip, is that life's journey can throw so many things, curveballs, as well as so many factors that can shape who we become. Education is a hugely important part of it, and it does widen our horizons as well. But ultimately, by never giving up, by always believing in yourself, by surrounding yourself with positive people as well as inspiring role models, and always giving back to the community, you too can carve your own unique and special and inspiring place in history. Very best wishes, Gyanodayans. Namaste.